Something strange is happening to this generation of kids. Teachers are sounding the alarm. Parents are confused. Psychologists are worried. Many adults are asking the same question: what is happening to our children? In classrooms across the world, educators say they are seeing something they have never seen before. Students in 7th grade struggling with lessons meant for 4th graders. Kids refusing to read. Some unable to focus long enough to watch a 3-minute video. And when teachers try to correct their behavior, some students explode with anger. One teacher said she had chairs and shoes thrown at her simply for asking a student to open a math book. Parents are noticing it too. Videos have been spreading across the internet showing children completely losing control when their tablets are taken away, screaming, crying, throwing objects, begging desperately for their devices back. One young child sobbed while repeating the same words over and over: "I want my iPad." To many people watching, these scenes look shocking. But to experts studying modern childhood, they are becoming disturbingly common. And many believe the cause is something called brain rot. The term has become so widely discussed that it was even chosen as the Oxford Dictionary Word of the Year for 2024. But what exactly does brain rot mean? In simple terms, brain rot describes what happens when the brain is constantly exposed to fast, shallow, and overstimulating online content. Videos designed to grab attention instantly. Bright colors, rapid scene changes, loud sounds, endless scrolling. The brain becomes addicted to constant stimulation. And over time, normal activities like reading, studying, or even having conversations can start to feel unbearably slow. Some people dismiss this idea as an exaggeration, but many parents say they've witnessed the effects firsthand. One mother shared a story about her 2 sons. When the boys were toddlers, she often gave them an iPad whenever she needed a moment of peace. If she had an important phone call, the iPad worked. If she needed to finish a task, the iPad worked. She even joked that the tablet was peace in a pocket. But that peace didn't last forever. By the time her sons were 9 and 7 years old, something had changed. They no longer wanted to play outside. They didn't want to read. They didn't want to do homework. All they wanted was screens, videos, games, scrolling. And when she tried to take the devices away, the boys became angry, aggressive, and uncontrollable. That's when she realized something deeper might be happening. And scientists say her concerns may be valid. Research has shown that excessive screen time can actually affect how a child's brain develops. Studies suggest that areas responsible for reading language and decision-making may become weaker in children who spend large amounts of time consuming digital media. Another parent discovered just how powerful this effect could be during her daughter's birthday party. The house was filled with balloons, friends, cake, and presents. Everything a child could want. But the girl ignored all of it. Instead of playing with the other children, she spent the entire party sitting alone, staring at her tablet while playing an online game. Nothing else mattered. Not the friends, not the celebration, just the screen. These stories are becoming more common among children born between 2010 and 2024, a group known as Generation Alpha. For this generation, smartphones and tablets have existed their entire lives. Many learned to swipe a screen before they could even speak full sentences. Because of this, some critics have given them a nickname, the iPad generation. And the effects aren't limited to homes. There have been shocking incidents in public places as well. On one international flight, passengers described an exhausting journey with a toddler who screamed for hours. The child climbed over seats, ran through the aisle, and refused to calm down. Some passengers said the entire flight felt chaotic. Situations like this have sparked debates about parenting and technology. But the problem may run deeper than simple discipline. In another case, a teenager reacted violently after his phone was taken away as punishment. The boy reportedly destroyed furniture and caused major damage inside his home. His mother later asked the public for financial help to repair the house. The story spread quickly online. Some people blamed poor parenting. Others believed the situation showed how emotionally dependent some young people have become on their devices. Teachers say they see similar patterns in schools every day. Students refusing instructions, arguing with adults, sometimes becoming aggressive when asked to stop using their phones. But aggression isn't the only concern. For many kids, the impact shows up as something quieter and perhaps even more worrying: mental health problems. Researchers have linked heavy social media use with higher levels of anxiety, depression, and stress among teenagers. Some teens even begin believing they have serious medical conditions simply because they saw videos discussing those illnesses online. In one unusual medical case, doctors noticed a sudden rise in teenage girls experiencing uncontrollable movements and vocal tics. At first, the symptoms looked like Tourette syndrome. But after investigating further, researchers discovered something surprising. Many of the girls had been watching viral videos of influencers with Tourette syndrome on social media. Without realizing it, they had started copying the behaviors they saw. The internet had influenced their physical reactions. And then there's another serious issue. Children online are often exposed to content they were never meant to see. Memes, adult jokes, violent videos, disturbing imagery. Sometimes kids repeat these references without even understanding what they mean. But once a child begins exploring those corners of the internet, the content often becomes darker and more extreme. Yet despite the dangers, companies continue producing this type of content. Why? Because it makes enormous amounts of money. Some children's channels on video platforms have billions of views. Billions. That means billions of opportunities to earn advertising revenue. Short-form videos are especially powerful. They work like slot machines. Each swipe reveals something new, sometimes funny, sometimes shocking, sometimes bizarre. And each new clip releases a tiny burst of dopamine in the brain, the chemical linked to pleasure and reward. This keeps viewers scrolling for hours. Another unexpected effect of internet culture is how it changes the way kids speak. Many young people now use slang based almost entirely on memes and online trends. To outsiders, it can sound like complete nonsense. But inside online communities, these phrases have specific meanings. Teachers worry that constant exposure to this style of communication may affect students' ability to use clear language in academic settings. Even more concerning is the impact on very young children. Some toddlers who spend large amounts of time watching hyper-stimulating videos struggle to develop speech. Certain children's shows change scenes every 1 or 2 seconds. Bright colors flash constantly. High-pitched sounds repeat over and over. Instead of encouraging interaction, the content overwhelms the senses. Experts say this type of overstimulation can make it harder for children to develop normal language skills. Recent surveys show that a growing number of young children are falling behind in speech and comprehension. And when kids struggle to communicate, it affects every part of their development. But the effects don't stop there. Online trends have also pushed children toward risky behavior. Some viral challenges encouraged kids to steal items from schools. Others involved dangerous stunts that could cause serious injury. And in some tragic cases, these challenges even led to fatalities. The deeper problem may be something even more fundamental: attention. Many teachers say modern students struggle to focus for extended periods, reading long texts, completing assignments, listening during lessons. Even watching short educational videos can feel difficult for some students. Recent academic studies show that reading and math scores among teenagers have dropped significantly compared to previous generations. For many educators, the message is clear. Something about the modern digital environment is changing how young minds learn, and yet the system continues, because brain-rotting content remains incredibly profitable. But despite everything, the future isn't hopeless. Parents can guide their children toward healthier habits. Schools can teach digital awareness, and young people themselves can learn to balance technology with real-world experiences. The internet isn't inherently bad, but like any powerful tool, it must be used carefully, because the generation growing up today will one day shape the world, and the habits they form now will determine what that future looks like. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.